Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Tips and Just Classroom. This afternoon, I am here to share with you about 100 companies in Canada seeking to recruit home care workers through the piloting. Early this morning, I was here and we discussed a lot about the American lottery. And at 12 p.m., I was here and I gave about 1,000 companies how to search for 1,000 companies seeking to recruit food security workers through the Lmia. And this afternoon, I am here again with that same energy to take you through companies in Canada that can give you offer letter for you to complete your piloting. Please, if you are streaming on Facebook, do well and like the video. If you're on YouTube, like the video as well. All right. Now, before I start this program, I would like to encourage, how do we call it? I would like to acknowledge few people here who sent their messages across. I have Abubakar here, says, bless up. I also have Comfort also here. Patience is here. Okra Samuel is also here. Omari Studio is also here. And then Al Hassan Samuel is here. Juliet Jumo is here. Inshraba is here. Tracy is here. And then I think Millicent is also here. We have Chinwuba Joseph is also right here. And then Emmanuel Ejapon is also here. All right. So as I told you, we are here to learn. I told you that if it is about the information, I can just do a short video, put it on TikTok, post it on Facebook, and I'm done. But when I come here, you see me seated and you see me talking through my microphone, it means that I am very serious and that you are supposed to pay attention and then listen attentively. All right. Stephen is also here. Yeah, Stephen is also here. I cannot give shout outs to everybody. We have to go straight to the point. We are still waiting on the government of Canada to open the piloting. In fact, they announced the piloting in June, somewhere June, July, August, September. We are waiting on them. We've been waiting every month. We've been waiting. People were saying September, people were saying October. Some were even saying July. But what the government said is, as soon as the old piloting, they close the old piloting, they are going to start the new one. They closed the old piloting in June and July. They didn't start. August, we didn't start. But once there's still piloting, the government has not issued any information. It means that they are still working things out. You see, people are waiting till they announce they've started the pilot before they come online. They rush to go to agents. Please, I've heard that piloting is going on in Canada. Can you help me? Nobody will take you to Canada and take you less than $10,000. You're not their boyfriend. You're not their father. You're not their mother. They will not take you to Canada through a permanent resident, even ask for visit. Ask for LMIA work permit. They are taking them $20,000. And pilot, permanent resident, in fact, you cannot pay. And so what I will encourage you is, as we are waiting on the government to open the portal so that we can do the application, the requirements for the piloting visa application, we are supposed to gather them. And one of the requirements that is difficult to come by is the job offer. So you're listening to me, you don't have a job offer in Canada, but you're still waiting. The piloting, they have not opened it. Why are you always talking about the piloting? If they open it today, and I'm teaching the visa application, where is your offer letter? Ask yourself. If they open it today, and everybody is doing application, those who are having offer letter, where is your offer letter? And so are you waiting for them to open it before you start searching for the companies? Or you are willing to apply for the companies, get the offer letter, and wait on the government of Canada? Who knows? Maybe this month they may announce, and I'll come here and we all do the same process. The same thing I taught Canada visa applications. I taught express entries. The same thing I'm going to teach the piloting for free. So if you're able to apply the jobs and get your piloting offer letter, I will teach you how to apply the visa for free. And then you go to Canada together with your spouse, your children for free without paying a penny to an agent. And that is why we are here to learn how to search the companies. This morning or this afternoon, I was here and I was teaching the other people who are interested in the LMIA, the food security, how they can search through the job bank, they can filter. And that is the same tactics we are coming to use to search for the jobs. Now, because it is home care, you have two options. It is either you search for LMIA and move as LMIA, temporary foreign worker, or you wait on the government. So if you get a job offer, you have two options: either to ask the company or the employer whether they can give you LMIA, you move to Canada through the LMIA, or you wait for them to open the portal for the piloting, then you apply the piloting. The difference between the LMIA and the piloting: the LMIA, it is for hiring temporary foreign workers. That means you are going to Canada as a temporary worker. It can be 3 years, it can be 5 years, it can be 2 years. But permanent resident, the piloting, you are going as a permanent resident. You and your dependents, and nobody is going, your visa is not going to, how do we call it, expire. It is a permanent status, PR. To get PR in Canada, you are supposed to go there, school and work. Some people also go there, work for some time. Those who go for with LMIA, they work for 5 years, 3 years, a whole lot before they attain PR. But you are going as a permanent resident, and in fact, it is the best option. Straight, you enter Canada as a permanent resident. Your eligibility criteria, the documents you are supposed to get to be able to qualify, not the documents you use for the visa application, like your passport. No. I'm not talking about your passport, police report, medicals. No, that is not what I'm talking about. The documents you need to show the government that you are eligible, you qualify, before you go and bring your passport, before you go and do the police. The 4 documents. The first one is you to be able to prove that you are a high school graduate, and that is the high school diploma. A high school diploma in Canada. So you should be somebody having at least a secondary school certificate. If you have a diploma, a degree, master's, you are fine. But at least have a secondary school certificate. It's mandatory. It is mandatory. The second one, be somebody having proof of English. Proof of English is also mandatory. And the proof of English, either you write the IELTS, or you write the CELPIP, or you write the PTE core. And I've given you the IELTS materials, the general training. You are supposed to score at least 4.0 in each module. There are 4 modules in the IELTS. We have the listening, the writing, the speaking, and the reading. And I told you the other time that when we say 4.0, especially when you pick listening, general training, if you score 15, it's 40 questions. If you score 15, it's 4.0. So if you are targeting 4.0, you have to score 15 over 40. Can't you score 15 over 40? If you download my materials, you watch my video on the YouTube, how to write IELTS and book IELTS. You watch it with the explanation. It will guide you to study the materials. If you are conversant enough, you go and write it and you pass. 40 questions, 40 objective questions. You are listening to the audio and you answer, you choosing, you filling in blank spaces, you choosing, you are matching, you doing this, you doing that, and you scoring 40 over 15 over 40. Can't you score and move to Canada? Reading, to you read passages, you answer. It is also, I think reading is also 15 or so. Then speaking, you go and speak, interview, you speak and they score you. And then writing, you write an essay. It is easy to go through the piloting because express entry, your band score should be 6.0 in each module. But with piloting, it is just 4.0 in each module. Just 4.0 in each module. Now, when you are able to meet the English proof, you can then the third one is your job offer. You have to get a job offer in Canada. And that is what we are coming to do today. So if you get a job offer, it is fine. That is your third requirement. And then your final requirement is you to have a recent and relevant work experience. And that is you writing a Canadian standard resume, telling the government that you have this experience. It should be recent and it should be relevant to the home care. It should be recent and it should be relevant to the home care. So I'm going to repeat the 4 documents. I said you should be secondary school leaver, high school diploma, or secondary school certificate. Proof of English, either you go and write the IELTS, because the CELPIP you can only write in Canada. I don't think they have centers across. And the PT course also, you don't get even materials. So the proof of language, the IELTS is something that is common. If you can speak French, you can go and write the TCF or the TF to prove your language. So your secondary school certificate, your IELTS, your job offer, and then your CV or the resume. These 4 documents, it will indicate that you are eligible. So fast forward, what we came here to do today is to search for home care jobs in Canada. Now, where the website that you can get these companies apply to is the Job Bank. Job Bank. I have given you the link right on Facebook. Those on YouTube, when you click on the caption, you're going to see the link to go and apply for the jobs. Watch this video to the end. Know whatever you are supposed to do before you click on that link. Now, let us go on Job Bank. Yeah. So when you come on Job Bank, this is the page of Job Bank. When you come here, you are going to see a warning. They are telling you that it looks like you are visiting Job Bank from outside Canada. And if you're not legally to work in Canada, it means you cannot apply for every job. So there are some few jobs you can apply, and that is what we are going to do. So visit Job Bank page for foreign candidate. You are all foreign candidate. So you are going straight on Job Bank. There's a page for foreign candidates where we can apply, or the companies, we can search them and send our resume to them. Now, in the video caption, I've given you the documents. That is your Canadian Standard resume, your cover letter, and other relevant documents or certificates. Now, if you close this, when you see something like that, close it. When you close it, you are going to see keywords. The job you are looking for, you're searching, and then the location in Canada. So now we need home care. So we are going to type home care. Don't type care, because there are a lot of care. We have the hospital setting and we have the home care. The home care has the pilot, but the hospital setting, you can only apply and get LMIA. The home care, you can get both the LMIA and the piloting. So if you're looking through the piloting, the permanent resident, it should be the home care, not only care, home care. So the keywords, you type home care at the search on Job Bank. Then you click search. As for the province, leave it. Any province is fine for you. You click search. Now you're going to see that they have 2,705 companies. Currently, they want home care, only home care. So if you see here, the keyword is home care. When you see that, now you are focusing on some of the companies are recruiting in Canada. They are not willing to look for people outside Canada. So they are giving their priority to Canadians and people with work permit in Canada to do the home care. Other people too are looking for fresh candidate, people in Africa to move there and then work for them. And so they are the second option, Canadians and international candidates. So you click on it, Canadians and international candidates, it will filter, and then you realize that over 700 companies are recruiting the home care. Now, if you look at my video caption, I said 100 companies. The reason why I said 100 companies is out of the 700, all of them can give you the job offer for you to do the piloting. But there are some few people here who may not be able to write the IELTS. And so they'll opt for the LMI, because LMI, IELTS is not compulsory. And so you people, if you search the 700, you are supposed to also use the LMI tactics I told you in the afternoon by clicking the temporary foreign workers. So when you click temporary foreign workers, you realize that it will left with 180. That is why I said approximately 100 companies are recruiting. So it means literally over 700 companies are recruiting. If it is piloting, then it is 700. But if it is LMI, out of the 700, only 180 people can give you the LMI. So you can apply for everybody. If you qualify for the piloting, apply to all the 700. When they give you the offer letter, and then you can't wait for the pilot, you can apply. They can give you LMI if only they are part of the 180. Then you move to Canada through the LMI. But if you can wait for the government to open the pilot program, then you can apply for the pilot, do your biometrics, and then move to Canada. So now we are going to go through some of the keywords they use. We just typed home care, then we are searching, and then we have filtered to candidates who are giving priority to international candidates. Sorry, employers who are giving priority to international candidates. So you can see the keywords: personal care provider, home care. So you are going to care. In the UK, we call it support work. Personal care provider, we call it support work. You can see a home care nurse. Now, a home care nurse is different. So sometimes I tell people that when you see such things, you cannot apply for all the jobs, even though it's home care. Yours is home care worker, like it's the care job, not the nurse. So you see, because of the keyword, the home care, it is bringing a home care nurse. So don't go and apply for such jobs. We have the home care child provider. You can apply for this because it's anytime you see a care provider, a support worker, and it is home care, it is a care job. All right. But when you see a nurse attached, don't apply for that job. They need a nurse. All right. Not a nurse in Ghana, but a nurse having the NCLEX, a registered nurse in Canada, not a nurse in Ghana. All right. Get your facts well. All right. Now, personal care provider is there. Home child care provider, personal care aid, home care. You see, so attendant for people with disability. These jobs, apply it because a lot of people do not want sub jobs. They cannot care for the autism children. They cannot care for the people in the wheelchair. They don't want. So if you apply to such job, it's a hot cake. It was posted 2nd of October. So you see, attendant for persons with disability. Very fast. The province is Ontario province. You're going to take $55,000 every year. $55,000. You see, so it is very good. Such jobs is hot cake. Apply. Home care provider. These are all jobs you can send your applications. So now we cannot go through the companies one after the other. As I did for the afternoon people, I'll go through like 2 companies for us to learn how to send our resume and cover letter to them. And then you use that same tactics to learn it. So all you have to do is to get a link to Job Bank. I've given it to you in the comment sections, the captions on Facebook and on YouTube. And then you come there, you use the tactics, the keyword search, then go and filter for the international candidates, not all the jobs as we were instructed. So just click on the international candidates and then do your application. Those asking questions about the IELTS, I'll talk about that. Remind me later. And also I'll talk about the work and pay. So remind me later of the IELTS and the work and pay. All right. Now, let's look at this. The personal care provider. You see, once they said personal care provider, home care, they attach the home to it. It means that you don't have to be a nurse, you don't have to be a midwife to go and do that. You all take care of your parents. You all provide for your grandmother. Your grandmother is in the house, you fetch water for them to bath. Your grandparents are in the house, you cook for them, you sweep your house. You are taking care, you are providing for an elderly patient, elderly mother or grandmother in your home. So you all qualify. So I see people asking me this. Home care, is it for nurses and midwives? You are not serious. Come and learn. You say you're not learning. You are there asking questions. You're always waiting for me to come live when I'm sitting in the bus and you're asking questions. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. You pick the person. Home care, is it only for nurses? When I'm teaching today, where are you? You're not serious. Those who are serious are always on the YouTube doing the writing and they're getting the offer letter. And you always wait for us to come on TikTok, comment section, and pick me, pick me, pick me. All right. Personal care provider, home care. You don't necessarily have to be a nurse or a midwife. All you have to get is a care experience, home care experience. Better put it, home care experience. You taking care of a child, you taking care. So some of them, they attach child. That means you are going to take care of a child. But when they leave it blank, you can have a child as your client. You can have an elderly as your client. So note that. Now, when you go down, they are going to tell you how many people they want. One vacancy, they need one person. It's a job bank verified. $29 one every hour, almost $30 1 hour. They don't have the LMIA, so it is not written there. You can see that there's nothing written here that they have the LMIA. So it means they can only give you the offer letter. Then you wait for the government to open the portal for the pilot, and then you apply. Somebody will say, okay, then I'll wait for the government before I'll send my resume. By that time, they have picked somebody because they need one person. So it's better to secure the offer letter and wait for the government. Requirements: English. Secondary school, I already told you. So these two requirements, even the government is requesting for it. All right. Experience. The government said get work experience. So even they said they will train you because of the government policy. If you are doing your resume, at least put some experience on your resume. Responsibilities. These are some of the things you are going to do. You are going to administer bedside and personal care. You are going to administer medication, assist clients with bathing, regular exercise, change non-sterile dressing, feed and assist, perform light housing, that is a cleaning job, provide companionships, personal care, and you also serve nutritious meals. So you see that it is things that you do in your house. Now, you administering bedside and personal care, if the client is lying on the bed and they cannot come, they cannot walk, it means you'll be bathing them. That is the bedside personal care. You'll be doing personal care at the bedside. They can also give you to a client where you'll be administering medication. Now, somebody say, I'm not a nurse. How can I give medication? I told you the other time, it's just like you going to a hospital, and then right after the hospital, you take your grandmother to the hospital. And right after the um, hospital, the nurse or the doctor will instruct you that when you go home, make sure that your grandmother take 2 tablets in the morning, 2 tablets in the afternoon. That time you're not a nurse, but you're able to give those medication to your grandmother in the house. It's the same thing. So the instructions have been given to the GP. They'll not give you drugs such as injection or anything. No, it is just common drugs that you can administer. So forget about I'm not a nurse, I cannot administer medication. Everybody can administer medication. You have given your own medication. Every time you are sick, you go and take paracetamol, 2 tablets, you take it. You've administered medication to yourself, you've given it to your little brother, your little sister. So these are home care. This is not hospital setting. Assist client with bathing and other aspect of personal care. Assist in regular exercises. Change non-sterile dressing. You see, nurses do sterile dressings, but you are just going to change non-sterile dressings. Do not let you do the how do we call it? The sterile one. All right. You also feed. You perform cleaning jobs, provide companionship and other things. So please, who is here who cannot do this? And somebody will ask me, is it for ladies? A lot of gentlemen are in the UK doing care job. A lot of gentlemen are in Canada doing care. Care in Canada. I know a lot of friends in Canada doing care. So why when we talk about care, what make you think that it is only for ladies? There will be a client that is a male that they will need a male to go and take care of that client. You go and bath, you groom them, you feed that old how do you call it, man? So why do you always say is it for nurses? Is it for ladies? Why those everybody? Once you can be able to prove that you can do the job, they'll give the offer letter to you. Now on top of it, because it is just a home care that you don't need to go to nursing training, you don't need to go to midwifery to do it. It is competitive. Everybody is doing the application. So to be able to beat the other people doing application, I encourage you guys to do certain programs. So if you go on my YouTube, under the live sessions, you see programs, healthcare programs in Canada that can help you secure a job. I gave you Allison Academy, Florence Academy, some of the programs that you can do that will help you. You can also initiate those programs, learn it on the website. It is free to learn. After you learn, you are downloading the certificate, you pay for it. So you pay for the certificate, then you attach it. So that if somebody is having the experience without certificate, and you are having experience with certificate, it gives you upper hand. It gives you upper hand. You see, so just go there right on my YouTube, go and search. Let me go on YouTube and then I'll share that screen for you guys to see. Um, yes. So when you come on my YouTube, that is Tips and Just YouTube. So when you come here, you will see videos. You see, All these are videos. You not see it here. Come to the live session. You see live. You see live over there. Click on the live, because all my teachings, I do it on live session. So you click on the live. This is what we are doing now. We've done all this today. Now you go down here. This is what I was talking about. The programs in Canada. This one, you can see, get job offer easily, home care piloting, care courses online care courses for a successful job offer. You can see this program, this video. Watch it. We did it 4 months ago. Watch it. It will help you. It is a very, very good video. Watch it. It will help you. If you want to learn how to do the application, watch this video, how to apply for home care. We have done it. Today, I'll not be going into details. I'll be giving you only the companies, and I will just be explaining some things. But we have 2 hours video that I explained into details. I don't know if it was in English, but if you watch and it is not in English, then you stick to what we are doing today. I have this CLB, the IELTS, those asking for the IELTS. I have this video over there. It will teach you the type of IELTS you should write for the home care to Canada. It will also teach you how to book the IELTS. So the CLB IELTS tricks for Canada PR. It will teach you, and in the caption of that video, I have a link for you to go and download the IELTS materials for free. If you come on my TikTok, on my bio, where you see my number of followers, you see a link over there. It will take you on Telegram. To Telegram, you can download the IELTS materials over there. So these are some of the things you should put in mind. First, learn how to apply for the jobs. Learn the type of IELTS you should go and write, because it's piloting. And then also you have to learn the programs, the courses, the programs. All right. That is going to help you. All right. So back to what we were discussing. Who can apply? Everybody can apply. So Canadians can apply. Other candidates without work permit. So with or without work permit, you can apply. So you are without work permit, you can all do your application. If you want to do application to this company, click show how to apply. You click on it, it will give you the email address of the employer. Then send the employer an email. Send an employer the email. Their deadline is 10th November. That is next month. 10th of next month. They are closing it. They are closing. All right. It was posted 11th of October. That is about 4 days ago. So it's a fresh job. They need only one person. Anytime you see one vacancy, it means they need one person. So that is how to do the application. Now, the second company, let's go and see this one, the attendant for people with disability. So this one, they are not quoting per hour, but they are quoting the annual salary, and it's huge, $55,000, right? They need only one person. That is a job bank ID. You see, English, they said no degree or certificate, but please, you need your secondary school experience 5 years or more. So you have to prove that you are taking care of disability 5 years or more. All right. And then you should be able to administer bedside, all these, all right, all these. Right. So you can do some of the programs online, how to take care of autistic child. If you search on Allison Academy, care for autism or autistic, these are disability. All right. Or you can search care for disability and get programs related, and you attach that certificate. They also need CPR certificate, first aid. So you have to do this. So some of the employers, they will tell you some specific certificates that you're supposed to add. Apart from your secondary school, they also tell you some of the specific certificates. All right. Target audience, people with Alzheimer's disease, right? So Alzheimer's disease, there are a lot of clients here in the UK, right? They have that condition. It is common outside. So you can search about it on Florence Academy, how to take care of Alzheimer's disease. If there's a program about that, and then you can. So that video that I told you on YouTube, I went on the Allison Care and Florence Academy, and I searched through the program. So you have to watch that video and learn how I was searching for the programs online. All right. Then these are your skills and experiences. The skills, right? You have to be punctual, dependability, reliability, team player, patience, and a whole lot, right? Yeah. So you'll be required with reference, required security clearance, that is police report and that kind of stuff. All right. So sometimes you can tell the employer that it is easy to acquire police report in Ghana. So if they give you the offer letter, you will be able to give it to them. So all these can come in your how do we call it, cover letter, or probably the introductory message that you write to the employers. Those who came in the afternoon, they were lucky. I was able to teach them how to send messages to the employers, the introductory message. So you can go and watch the afternoon video, right? Why we just did the 1,000 companies, the food security. Go to the end of the video. I taught them how to apply to the companies, and then it is going to help you. All right. So you use that to search for the jobs. If you are applying for the pilot, you should get about 700 companies. If yours is LMIA, then you have to filter to the temporary foreign workers and search for only those having the LMIA. So this, for instance, they're having the LMIA. You see, it is written there. This employer has an approved LMIA, that is the labor market impact assessment, to hire a foreign worker. So they are already having the LMIA. You can see it over there. This employer has a LMIA. So it is home care, or it is home care, but they are having the LMIA. So when you get the offer letter, they can choose to give you the LMIA, or they can choose to you can choose to go for the piloting if the piloting has begun. Another thing that I will let us talk about these home care opportunities before I talk about the work and pay is the requirements or the documents. Please, some of you are having issues with your CV or the resume, because a lot of the nurses, the midwives, they think that, oh, this job field is our field. So I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, I can do home care. So they are using their nursing CV. That CV is for nursing job, not for home care. So if you are doing your CV, try and do the CV or the resume in such a way that it is suiting the job that you're applying for. It is relevant. The experience there is towards the job that you're applying for. Those who came in the morning and the afternoon during the 1,000 companies, I taught them how to write a CV, the rules and regulation. So you can watch that video. I taught them a lot. We did about 1 hour, 30 minutes discussion. I'm tired. This is my third live doing today, so I'm very tired. You see, so you have to make sure that you write a proper resume that is relevant to the home care, and not I am a nurse, I administer IV medication, I give transfusion, I take CPI, how do we call it? ECG, I do this, I do the suturing. You see that when you go to the company needs somebody like this, personal home care worker. The company needs somebody who is coming to give bedside medication, who is coming to do regular exercise for the client, help the client in regular exercise, feed, providing companionship, dressing, bathing, and you are typing suturing, ECG, blood transfusion, infusion, IV medication. One, it is not there. So you see that you've done the resume, but it is relevant for nursing, not the home care. So you give that resume to the employer. You don't have skills of home care, they'll put it aside. And somebody having SHS certificate will listen to me, The person is not a nurse. The person will listen to me. And on the work experience, employer, they will say, my grandmother, so it is self-employed grandmother. Then the date and everything. So under the job title, maybe home care provider. Then they'll list their experience assisting grandmother to feed, bathing, and grooming my grandmom, serving nutritious meals for my grandmom, cooking for her, doing laundry for her. You see, and the employer will look at this. Oh, yes. So this person, even I don't even want experience. I don't want experience, but this person has been taking care of the grandmother for the past 3 years, doing everything for the grandmother. So if I bring the person to Canada, that old woman over there, she will be able to do. But you, the nurse, you all took your CV and I have this, they will not pick you. And that is why you think about it and they are not picking you and you don't understand. Please restructure or revise your CV. Revise your CV and do the right thing. Your resume, it is not good. I was telling those who came in my previous section that when people send me resume samples to look through, I don't even look through. I tell them that I don't review CV because they don't listen to my video. Somebody will come, the video is 1 hour. They'll listen to 20 minutes of the video, go and do resume and send it to me to use 30 minutes to go through because I'm in the UK, I'm not working. I don't have anything to do. And you look at it, whatever you thought is bomb. So in order to not to get angry, when you send me a resume, I don't even look at it at all. I don't even look. I'll tell you, no, I cannot review it for you. Because if you watch my videos well, I have a video about 2 hours teaching you how to prepare a Canadian standard resume. If you watch it and you do it, you don't need me to look at it. Because who is going to look at it? What I know is what I taught you. So if you follow my steps, it will go in accordance with my steps and everything will be okay. But that person don't have time, don't have data to go and watch 2 hours video. They watch 20 minutes. All they need is you to tell them the software for the resume. And they'll go there, they'll go enter their name and enter anything on it, and they'll send it to you. Tips. Can you please review? Who? Nobody has time. If I have time, I'll come on YouTube to come and teach. I don't have one-on-one time. I don't have your time. I have time for people. People who are willing to learn, like people who are listening to me now. I have time for them. I don't have time in that DM. I'll not mind you. Please use the videos. Tailor your CV to suit that home care if only you want the piloting. Another thing is the cover letter. You ask people to write a nice cover letter. The software for writing the cover letter is about $17, $18 or so, yeah? And they cannot subscribe because they feel that $18 is expensive. And so they go and pick their laptop, Microsoft Word, and they try to type a cover letter with their 2x4 English. You went to write WASI English, you got E8, D7. Even that one, it is something that they taught you. Something that they taught you. You still got E8. But cover letter, you don't know anything about cover letter and you want to type cover letter. Can you? No. But I have taught you how to write it. I've given you a software and taught you the things that you have to key in for the software to write it for you to meet the standard of Canada. And you go, it's $18. I cannot pay. And you go and type your own thing. So sometimes your cover letter, because you know something, perception. If you send a cover letter to an employer, and the employer is reading, and there's a grammar error, you see, grammar error, it is a red flag. The employers will not call you because they feel that you cannot speak fluent English, and you are going to deal with human beings. You're going to take care of somebody's mother, grandmother, Canadian old woman who is in the bed. They speak that fluent English, and that old woman is even having a hearing problem. So if you are not good in English, how can you talk to the old woman? So they'll not even call you. They need somebody. And so before even they call you for an interview, they are looking at the cover letter that you are giving to them. And so if I advise you that, look, you can type it in order, because there's no teacher going to mark you. When you went to school, when you write essay, a teacher mark it and you get 2/10, 5/10. By this time, you just finish, you are giving it to the employer. And so in order not to be a red flag, in order not to write something that grammar error or something that is wrong, use a proper software that has been optimized to write a Canadian cover letter. And then key in your circumstances, tell the software what you are having, and they'll based on the things that you key in to write it for you. And grammar will be correct, everything will be correct, punctuations, everything. You just copy it and then you write the cover letter. You send it to the employer. So I didn't say go to chat GTP and say write a cover letter for me. No, the chat GTP do not know you. They'll write a random cover letter for you. But there is a software that has been optimized. They give you 2,000 space that write everything about you. So that English that you type that you think that is not the best, you will type it over there. So I am a graduate, or I am a secondary school leaver. I've been doing this home care job, taking care of my mother for 3 years. I started from 2016, and I've gotten these experiences. I have these skills, and I'm looking for the opportunity to move. Now, let me go to the software. I was writing somebody's cover letter. Let me tell you some of the things that I gave to the software for the software to look at it. I'm not going to show it on the screen because it's somebody's project. I said, I told I under where you write the 2,000 words, I told the software, or I typed there, the person is a graduate. with a certificate in defensive driving and a driver mechanic. Then experience as an ambulance driver, because the person said he was an ambulance driver based on the CV. So experience as an ambulance driver, I tried to give some of the experiences, like improving patient care by coordinating with the emergency medical technicians, also ensuring timely arrival at hospitals, and also maintaining professional demeanor during high stress situations, completing required training programs, also ensuring compliance. And the person had past experience of a driver, a bullion van driver. And so that one too, I gave the software some of the skills as a bullion van driver. And then I came to the skills of the person. So that was experience. So past experience, present experiences, I typed them one after the other. And then after that, I came to skills. And then I listed about 12 skills that the person is having. I'm supposed to take this off. I cannot show it on the screen. So I give the skills over there. And then after that, the person is looking for a sponsorship that is Lmia. This is not piloting. And so how do we call it? Where is the software? After the skills, I gave the software certain command. The first one I said, seeking for a visa sponsorship to be able to relocate and work legally in Canada. That means the person need Lmia. So the software is going to pick that feed. And I also told the software that since receiving a job offer is a requirement for eligibility, I sincerely hope that the company will shortlist one for me. And then also because the work permit, the Lmia that we did, the offer letter is also a requirement. So they need a requirement, the offer letter, and they need the Lmia as well. All right. And I also gave the software a command that if you believe that my skills and experience align with your needs, then I'm ready to start immediately. Because some of the companies will ask you, are you willing to start immediately? So I gave that command to the software to write for the person. Another command is aim to ensure smooth integration into your team. So it's a form of migration. I'm also willing to relocate to the job, but due to distance, I would appreciate the opportunity to discuss my qualifications for this position. So you are requesting for an interview because of distance, you cannot go to the company. And then salary expectations, how to convince the employer, everything. So a lot of things go into the cover letter. So I don't just go to chat GTP and tell chat GTP, write a cover letter for ambulance driver. No. You see the things that I have, the information that I give to the, it can take me about 45 minutes thinking about the things I have to key in for the software. And then I click generate. And then the software will use about 2 minutes to generate a proper cover letter for me. Then I'll read through. If I don't like it, I'll regenerate another one. So I will do that. You see, when I give you these opportunities, then you'll be there. Please, can you give me the link? I told you. When I took you on YouTube, I told you that I've taught cover letter, I've taught resume, and the links, how to use this software. This software is what I used to teach. I am somebody, I do not hide anything from you guys. If it is resume, I've given you the softwares, the links, and everything. You see, today, it's now becoming of benefit to you. So you want the link. Go back on YouTube under the live sessions. You're going to see that video. And what I just explained, I've explained all those in a video about 1 hour, whatever to feed to the software. And it's going to do it for you. You see, we are always waiting for the opportunity to come before we try to, how do we call it? Ask for links and opportunities. And I know this one, somebody wait when they hear content creators on YouTube, content creators on TikTok, asking, telling that the piloting has begun. You see a lot of people rushing. If I should do a video, if they open a pilot and I do a video, you see how viral it will go. Everybody, I am interested. You see, we are always waiting for the deadline. And that time it will be competitive. So those of you who are here today, you are taking a great initiative to start and do the writing. And the videos are a lot on my YouTube. Every video is important. So if I mention a video, just write it. Okay, he said cover letter. I have that video to watch. You write it there. Oh, he said resume. he has a video. Oh, he said IELTS, he has a video. Oh, he said courses, care courses. So you list all the videos to watch, and at the end of the life, you go there and watch all of them one after the other. You can use 1 week to be watching it. And then if you are good enough, because if you come to me, it is because I know all those information. That is why you see me to be a super something. Because if you should ask me IELTS, I know it. If you should ask me the courses, I know it. If you should ask me how to write a cover letter, I know it. So you, to be like me, you are also supposed to watch the videos one after the other to be equipped before you start even applying for the jobs. So you write your cover letter, you write your resume, you do this, you do that, you do that, then you learn how to apply for the jobs, and you see that you'll be okay. Somebody say, can the CV be colored? Yes, of course. But the CVs that I do for people, they are always colored and very nice, bright ones. I don't have samples over here, but I would have shown it to you. It contains details of people, their telephone numbers, and so YouTube is going to flag their life. If you use the software, they have a lot of template. Nice template. Nice template. So please, other documents that you can include when you are submitting your documents to the employer is your certificate to prove that you've completed secondary school, because high school is a requirement. So if you have a copy of your certificate, you can take a picture of it, either a PDF or image or anything that you want to upload for the employer to read through. Then, if the employer is requesting for other certificates, like the first aid, the compulsory ones, you can do it. But I always tell people, why do you wait for the employer to request? Because me, if I want to apply for home care, I'll make sure that I've done first aid. I'll make sure that I've done a CPR. I'll make sure that I've done maybe introduction to care or diploma in caregiving on Allison Academy and pay for it. And at least I give this employer. I can do how to take care of gerontology, old adults. I can do how to take care of children with learning disabilities or disabilities. I can do those programs, and I get a lot of certificates. And then when you are sending your resume and your cover letter, I will send my resume, my cover letter, and all those certificates, and then we see who is going to get the offer. So you see, let us invest. The money that you go and give to an agent is what you should use some to invest. Use some to go and write IELTS. Use some to go and write the certificates. And then you add your resume, your cover letter, and you see that things will start changing. When employers are not calling you, they'll start calling you. At this point, you have seen how to. All right. If you go and watch the main video on how to apply for the home care, I taught you the message, how to go to your email and type the email message for the employers. So go and watch that video. Go and watch that video. Now, work and pay. I am tired. Let's use about 20 minutes to talk about work and pay. This work and pay is not having anything to do with the home care pilot. It has something to do with the LMIA. When I was teaching the LMIA, people were asking for the work and pay. And I said, because of my time, I have to come and do this. After that, I'll tell them. Now, when we say work and pay, there's nothing in Canada called work and pay. If the government get to know that there's something called work and pay, you who are doing it, you'll be in trouble. Of late, the government revoked 12 employers their licenses because they were engaged in such activities. Work and pay is when you apply to jobs in Canada, you go to the job bank, as I told you, you send it to them, and then the employers, some of the employers, not all the employers, there are a lot of companies in Canada. Some are belonging to Africans, some belongs to Africans, others to their employers are white. They are the Canadians. So the Canadians, they will not take you money. In fact, they can even sponsor you your flight and everything. But the black people, the Ghanaian employers, the Nigerian employers, the Kenyan employers in Canada, what they do is, because they want to get the LMI and sell it, they also advertise on Job Bank, because the government says to get LMIA, you are all supposed to advertise on the Job Bank. And so they all advertise on Job Bank. So when the Canadians are advertising there, they also go and advertise. And so it's a formality. So when you do application to such companies, they don't call you. And they are linked with some lawyers, immigration lawyers, and they are also linked with some recruitment agencies, or they are all these are the immigration lawyers, and other people have extended to people, their agents on TikTok, on Facebook, on social media. So it is what they do. Their job is on job bank. If you go, they do not give it to you. But they have given the how do we call it, the opportunity to the lawyer, and the lawyer is charging like $5,000 for their services. Now the lawyer is charging $5,000, and the lawyer has given to an agent on TikTok. The lawyer has given to an agent on TikTok to advertise, or on Facebook. So that agent will pay the services of the lawyer, the $5,000 or whatever, and then that agent will come and sell it to you, because the idea is to get the LMIA, and the employers are having the LMIA, just that you went on the job and do not give it to you. So they've given it to the lawyer, because they want money. They have share in it. Those employers who are engaged in such activities, I told you, it's not all the employers. It's not all the employers. So those employers who are engaged in such activities, they give the LMIA to the lawyers, and the lawyers will also sell it to the TikTok people, because the lawyers know that it is illegal and they know the law, so they will not come on TikTok to advertise. So they look for somebody who will not think like tips and this. Because me, if you come, in fact, what I'll tell you, you will not even like me. If you come that I should go and advertise LMI for you, are selling it, what I will tell you, you will not even like me. So they cannot come to me. But they go to other content creators, those doing this travel content creators, and they tell them, look, I have the LMIA. We need 5 people. And they give it to the person. So the lawyer will also bring it like $10,000. So the person gave it to the lawyer like 5,000. And the lawyer is also coming to sell to the TikTok content creator or the agent who has come on TikTok doing these immigration stuffs. They give it to them like $10,000. So when they give it to them like $10,000, now the person on TikTok also have to put his on top. And so he will also put his on top and charge you like $20,000 or $17,000 or $15,000. Now look at this money. How many people in Africa can get that $15,000 or $20,000? So because you cannot get money, then the agent will say that, okay, then I'll pay the lawyer their service. Claim the LMIA, take the LMIA, and then I'll go with a contract. I'll go a contract with you that I have paid the money on your behalf, the $10,000, but you should pay like $2,000 or $3,000 for me to do the work permit for you, pay the fees, biometrics and other stuffs, your flight and everything, and I'll take you to Canada. When I take you to Canada, then they will link with the lawyer for them to ask the company to pay your money to the agent, not to you directly. So if you are going to take like $5,000 or $3,000, they pay the money to your agent, then your agent take a share of it and then give the rest to you. And so they can do that for like 3 years or 2 years, and that is the work and pay. So you are working for them, but instead of you to get full salary, because you just paid certain money for them to do the work permit, and you didn't go to job bank to get your own LMIA, but you went to the person on TikTok, you went to their DM, the person on Facebook, you went to their DM, they are going to abuse you for like 3 years. And that is abuse, because you're supposed to get like $3,000 and they will take 2,000 and give you 1,000, because they will do that for like 3 years. Some people, they'll say we are doing that for 1 year. It depends on the contract that you go. Now, my own family member went through that. They told me, I said, I cannot advise that. So he should stop applying for jobs, but they got money elsewhere and he went. And I've been communicating with him. What happened is, when you go there, they seize your passport. So now he's not having his passport with him. The moment you step there, they seize your passport. So you cannot even travel in and out of Canada until that you are able to pay that money off. They seize their passport, and then they are sleeping like 3, 4, or 5 in a room. Because you cannot also rent. The money that you use to rent, they are taking it and giving you small money. So what they do is, because you cannot rent, 5 people, they'll go and get one accommodation and they put you all in the room like students, and you are listening to me, you are somebody's wife, you are somebody's husband, you are married, and then you go and pay money and you go into this because you cannot rent for that 3 years. I'm telling you, the money that they'll give to you at the end of the month, it cannot rent. You cannot live out of the accommodation for your own accommodation. And that accommodation, that 3-in-1 or 5-in-1, you are still paying rent, but at a lesser fee. Is this what you want? Or you want to take your time, learn how to write a resume, cover letter, go on job bank, apply, and then those white companies, the Canadians, the white employers, they will give the LMI free. I told you that somebody is in Saudi Arabia, got LMI free, applied to the job bank, got LMI free. They give the LMI free. You move, and then you see, one funny thing is when you get a work permit to Canada, whether UK or any country, work permit, you can go with your spouse, your wife, your children, and everything. You can go with them. But because these people are restricting you, they even add somebody on top of you. So this is my cousin who went to Canada through that work and pay. He didn't go with anybody. They didn't allow to go with their spouse. You cannot go. And for all you know, the agent who is doing that will still take somebody's money and then use your document because it's a work permit. It's a work offer. So they'll use your offer to, if you're a man, they'll still take another person's money and use that person to marry you and bring the person to Canada without your notice. It is happening a lot. They do marriage certificate for you without even your notice. And so it will get to a stage in life when you want to go and marry, you apply for visa for your spouse, and they'll tell you that you're already married in their system. And that is one disadvantage of the work and pay. They seize your passport, you don't have good accommodation, you're not taking full salary, and then you don't even have access to take your wife. Nobody went for work and pay, and they allow the person to go with their wife or their child. But if you get your own work permit and you're going, it is a full sponsorship that you go with your wife and everything. So when I see people say that work and pay is the option, it is the lazy ones who are not willing to do things for themselves. Because if the agent was lazy like you, they wouldn't be able to even learn how to apply for visa, yet alone to connect you in Canada. The agent is just your brother in Ghana. The agent is just your brother in Dubai. The agent is just your brother in Nigeria. And because of common knowledge, they have gone to look for that opportunity, and then they are selling it, going on contract with some terms and conditions, and maltreating you. And that is what we want because we are sticked to one thing. And so me, nobody can come to my DM and say work and pay. Who are you to come to my DM and say work and pay? Work and what? Work and what? Even the employers cannot bring their deal with me. So if you come to me, you're wasting your time. Because I will not come online to tolerate this kind of information, this illegal activity. When government of Canada is much worried about this thing. When you go on the government website, Canada.ca, they have issued over there abuse of how do we call it? The open work permit for vulnerable workers in Canada. And they have said it that if somebody charge you to recruit you to Canada, it is an offense. I did a video on that right on my YouTube. I did a video on that. And it was written on the government of Canada. I saw it and I did a video to caution people that, hey, don't be doing those things. Because as for the content creators, if you say it, they will not mind me. But if you don't go to them, they will not get anybody to sell it to them and they'll stop. And when they stop, it is going to help you because that company in Canada who is so uncultured to engage in such activities, if they don't get anybody to sell, they will pick the person on job bank. They will give it to the person who went on job bank. So it's going to help everybody who is not having money. But for people's greediness, oh, I've gotten a connection man. He's taking me. I've gotten a connection man. And now listen, one disadvantage about work and pay, you don't also get your work hours. Now you see, when the employer advertise the job and they said you are coming to work for 40 hours, 30 hours, because they are not giving it to only one person. You said you want the work and pay. They've taken you to Canada. That same company, they are dealing with the agents. So one job, they can bring 5 people to Canada. And so if you're supposed to work 40 hours a week, you can only get about 20 hours because they are going to share it to you, everybody, small, 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 small. You not get all the work, the hours that you are supposed to do because it's not a genuine one. And you're not the only person with money. The same way you were able to pay and you went to Canada for that company, the company is still working with the person on TikTok. The person on TikTok is still advertising. Even though he has taken you, he has not stopped. He's still advertising. And somebody will also get money and come and meet you over there. And you'll be sharing the same job with that person. So if you go to work on Wednesday, the person will go on Thursday. You stay home on Thursday and the person will go. But if you deal with companies who are not dealing with these agents on TikTok, on Facebook, and blah, 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 they are, if it is one vacancy, they give it to one person and they make sure that you are satisfied, you are doing the right thing, you are doing the best job. And so at this point, which one is best for you? At this point, which one is best for you? Once again, I will always tell people that every information that I give here is purely for educational purposes and it's not intended to give a legal advice. So if you want a legal advice, you can talk to a lawyer, attorney in Canada, and ask, is work and pay proper? Is it part of the government law that somebody should bring me to Canada as work and pay and take all the salary and give me? Is it a law? Is it a rule? And the lawyer will tell you whatever they are supposed to tell you. As for me, I am just educating you based on what I've seen on the portal, that there's nothing written as work and pay. All I know is it's a work permit. And you're working for an employer, and that means it's employer specific. So the money they are charging you is the LMIA they are selling to you. It's the LMIA they are selling to you. I will have another live section maybe tomorrow, and that one I will title it Work and Pay. And I'll tell you more about that. I'll do a lot of calculations why people cannot rent. They are living for 5. Here in the UK, if you are going to rent and you are even married, they ask, are you couple coming to the room? Are you 3 people? You see, how can 5 people be living in a small room abroad? The same thing is happening in Dubai, it's happening in Qatar, and you want to move to an advanced country like Canada, and you still meet that same situation. You go and stay 5 people in a room, and it's happening in Canada. What a shame. And it's because of our own greediness. You are an employer in Canada. You need a person to come and work for you. Why don't you give the LMI for free? Because the government is not asking you to sell it. How much is LMIA? You just apply it from the government. Why don't you give it for free? The person will come and then do the job. And then you have given that opportunity to people on TikTok. And they are selling it, doing them work and pay, work and pay, work and pay. And because the people cannot rent, they are living 5 in a room. In Canada, 5 people in a room. What a shame. And they are seizing their passports. They are seizing their passports. A legal document like a passport, they are seizing it. I'm working in the UK. If I have holidays, I can apply for a visa, visit America, visit Canada, visit Dubai. What about the person doing work and pay? If they have annual leave, their passport is seized. Can they apply for a visa and go for a visit? If the person that you seize their passport, if their family member die, their mom or their dad deceased, can they travel outside the country? What sorts of is this a proper way of handling workers? This is more treatment because you want to sell the LMI, they have not having the money. Who are you to even sell the LMI? Is it meant to be sold? No. And you are selling it. The person says, I'm not having money. You say, okay, come, I'll do you work and pay. And then I'll take the money within 3 years. And then you take their passport. That after you finish paying, then I'll hand your passport to you. Then because they cannot rent, then five people, you go and rent a single room and you put 5 people inside. And you'll be sleeping in Canada. Canadian burger, 5 people in a room. Not your auntie's son, not your father. One is a Nigerian, one is a Ghanaian, and they are all in a room. Cultural diversity, peace of mind. Nigeria will be sleeping peacefully, the Ghanaian will pick 4. Hello, what to say? I'm disturbing the Nigerian. The Ghanaian will also be sleeping. The Nigerian will also start speaking Igbo. You see, one thing is when you're in a room with somebody and the person is making a call and you don't understand what the person is saying, it becomes a noise. It did assume. Sen common there, what tempo they are, often normal. But only be to them, if you are living in a room with somebody and the person is making a call in a language that you don't understand, and they make the call longer time and you are sleeping, it is annoying. And these people, because they are on the internet, if a Nigerian said I'm interested, they pick them, they pick a Ghanaian, they pick, and they go and put all of you in one room. Somebody will say, when I go, I'll run out. If you run out of the room, you cannot even rent in Canada. You cannot rent. It's not easy to rent. It's not easy to rent. And that is why people are going in. I used to get a lot of information. I used to get a lot of things. So when I was told, they called me from home. I said, hey, Canada, if you want, I'm always teaching how to apply for the jobs. Let the person apply for the jobs and go. But they are eager to go because they feel that once you travel, you travel. A typical African believe that I have traveled and that is all. Whether the consequences, they don't care. And so whether work and pay or whatever, forget about what you're saying. We want him to travel. And now they go. And I have my passport with me. I can just do a visa to Canada. I can just do a visa to any country of my choice. Even in December, go for holidays. And then they see your passport. A lot of people, a lot of complaints. A lot of people in Canada are complaining. A lot of people. But when I say it, I sometimes use people closer to me as how do we call it? As an example. Not because they are the only people. I know a lot of people. Some people even go there and they intend to go and seek asylum because they have seized their passport and now they are not getting the hours. Sometimes they thought that they can use 2 years to pay, and they realize that they cannot use two years to pay, and then they are looking for lawyers to go and seek asylum. They go and they say, my passport, you see, is that the right way? Why are you not going to seek asylum? Beloved, we are here to teach you the right thing. We are here to tell you the right thing. As I told you, I am not an immigration lawyer or anything, but based on research, I give you every information as a form of education. So every content that you see here is purely educational purpose and not intended to give you a legal advice. If you still not believe what I'm saying, you can contact your immigration advisor or attorney for more clarification. That is it legal to go with that work and pay? And on the Canada visa portal, is there anything called work and pay? And they will tell you the gospel truth. At this point, I will end this live discussion. I am very, very tired for the day. We've done 3 live discussions. Tomorrow, daytime, I'll be available and then we might. So when I am ready, I'll schedule the lives on YouTube for us. If you miss it, no problem. You still get recaps. You know, it is always here. So I don't care about the number of people streaming. I know they will. Richard is saying that, what are we supposed to do? You see, this is a question that Richard, you're not supposed to ask. What are they selling for you? LMIA, common sense. I was teaching you guys how to apply for the LMIA. So if common sense cannot tell you that, go and apply and get the LMI for yourself and not an agent who is going to do work, and you're asking me what you're supposed to do. I've told you what they are selling for you. That the LMIA, they are selling to the TikTok, and the TikToker is also doing this. And so why are you going to the TikTok DM? Don't you know the website? Don't you know Job Bank? Why don't you do application and get the offer letter and go with your wife? You are saying you just join them. Make sure that next time you don't ask questions when you just join. If not, I'll give it to you. If you just join my channel, listen to whatever we are doing. If not, I'll give it to you. So if you just join, the video is here. We are done. We've streamed about 1 hour. The video is right on YouTube. Watch the whole thing and get more knowledge. Okay. And abstain from such work and pay stuffs. It's not really, really healthy. It's not healthy. It's not. People they've started knowing me. Chiuba is laughing. Chiuba is saying, "Hey, Omo, this Ghanaian Charlie, 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 you don't have heart crowd, Charlie, Charlie. So what do you verse?" Is I want people to be serious. You see, I want people to be serious. I want us to cultivate the habit of learning. You see, I want us to cultivate the habit of listening. We learn, we listen to learn. We are not watching a movie here. I'm talking and you are listening to me. Sometimes I put, how do we call it? Project my screen and we read as well. So if you don't listen, how do you ask questions? You see, so please, it is better you get the offer letter. If you get an offer letter after interview, you get a company, you get offer letter, you can send to my mail, and then I'm going to look at it. If it is original, I'll tell you it's original. Avoid scamming websites. A lot of people send me links, and then it is scamming websites. When you send me offer letter and it is not from Job Bank, I know it, because some of you, I'm telling you now, you go to somebody's platform and they'll give you some links. Click here if you want to go to Canada. Click here. You go and click. You go and click. You go and click. Then you pay some money, £200, $200, $50. Then they print a fake something to you to deceive you, and now you remember that somebody's tips and just so you are coming to give it to me for me to see. If you come and it is not that, I cannot tell you it is wrong or not. I cannot tell you it is fake or original because I don't have a license to tell you. I don't know the company. I cannot say anything about the company. All I will tell you is look for the jobs on Job Bank. Or sometimes I will ignore your message. Yes. If it is from the Job Bank and it's original too, I will tell you and I will list the documents for your work permit for you to gather it. And then when you are ready, I assist you for free to apply for the work permit. Go and do your biometrics and move to Canada. Because if I don't want you to go to Canada, I will not be here. I will not be here. The learning materials are also right on my Telegram. The link to my Telegram, the bio on my bio, right? Okay, so when you go on my TikTok bio, my TikTok profile, on my bio, if you're not following me on TikTok, you search tips and just on TikTok, and then you see my bio. When we say bio, that is the information about the person, the number of followers, and the introduction and everything. You see the link to Telegram. Click on it, download the IOT materials. I have samples of CV. I have samples of SOP for students. And the other time I posted care agencies. It was from Peter Bewa when I hosted him. He is in Canada and he gave us care agencies. I took my time to research and I realized that the how do we call it? The agencies, it was compiled in 2021. So it's about 3 years older. And so most of the companies are currently not on Job Bank. They have gotten people already. So that information, if you see that list on Telegram, it doesn't mean that they are recruiting now, no. And that is why today I'm doing another section. Because 3 years, 2021, those companies by now they're having. So I searched through the companies. I think only one company was currently looking. I did about 50 and I was tired. So you see, there's a way you can go on Job Bank. As I told you guys, when you come on Job Bank, there's a way. Instead of you to search for the jobs, I go to the advanced. So I click on the advanced and they are going to ask me the keyword. Either I should enter the job or I should enter the employer, the company's name. So I don't use the job because that time I want to know if the company is recruiting. So I don't search for the job title, but rather I search for the company's name. So I type the employer there, and then it will tell you that the employer is not having vacancy. The employer is not having vacancy. So you have to note that. You have to note that. I want to do an example to show you guys before I go. Let me see my downloads. Yeah. So this is the document, right? This is the document. The agencies. So the name of the agency, the address and everything, blah, blah, blah. So this agency, for instance, a better living care home. TikTok, my, all right. So I copy their name and then I come back on the job bank. And then I paste it over there. You see that the company is there, better home care, blah, 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 blah. Better living home. So better living home care services. I think is this. You see? So currently one result, they're having just one vacancy, home care support. They posted. So only that company, the first one, they are currently recruiting. They're currently recruiting and they need they want somebody from with a diploma, not secondary school. So they want a college. Okay, they're currently recruiting. So that is how I used to search if the company is currently having a vacancy. So you can also do that. If you go on the list, you download it. It is right on my Telegram. You can look at the companies one after the other. The second one was All Care Home Support Limited. Let me see that one too. If they're having people, All Care Limited, All Care Home Support Limited. Okay, 199 results. Um, so is it the company? The company is All Home. All Home. No, All Home is not what I searched. The company, no, not All Home. I said okay. So I have to go back. Okay, okay. Why? Clear or filter. I think it's not responding. I do it and it keeps changing. Let me see. Sometimes if it happen like that, you have to quit. Because I do it and the employer name, or should I have to type it? Okay, home support. Okay. Okay. So I think they are not found. It's not there. That is why it's not coming. Because if you click on this thousand, they cannot post thousand jobs. You see that nothing is coming. It keeps changing. It keeps changing. So it's unfortunate. So I think the first one, yeah, four results, four results. But even the four results, you see, Anna Care is not them. The name is OK. So I think this company, Anna Care Support, they posted July. It's been long. Jones Care October is fine. Home Support recruitment agency. So this is not an employer, this is a recruitment agency. Okay. So anytime you see this one over there, it means a recruitment agency. So recruitment agency is um, a legalized agency that employers ask them to advertise for them. So it means you are dealing with the recruitment agency and they take you to Canada for you to work for the employer. Okay, for you to work for the employer. That is the difference between a direct employer and a recruitment agency. So you try and search. If you try and search, but the best thing you can ignore that thing because it's I think it's too much. You'll not be able to do. So just come on job bank, search um the home care, and then it will come. You filter the Canadians and international candidates. Then you filter and then you start applying to any of the companies you see. Okay, it is better than to use that 2021 list. You see, because some of the companies are not updated. All right. So at this point, I will end the live and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss opportunities for construction workers, construction workers in Canada, opportunities We are also going to do um, College of North Atlantic. College of North Atlantic. All right. So we're going to talk about this. Over 400 construction companies for the construction workers. So the carpenters, the plumbers, the mason, the forklift, all those construction jobs. Tomorrow you're going to benefit. And then after that, we're also going to talk about College of North Atlantic school application. So we might do the school first, and after that, we do the construction second. So if you are interested to go to school in Canada, if you have secondary school certificate, make sure that you join tomorrow. You join tomorrow. The actual time I don't have. I'll have to confirm tonight after work, all right, to know my schedule tomorrow. So please, I cannot give you the time, but I'll schedule the live and then I'll put it on my Telegram, the actual time. So I wish you guys good luck. All right. Bye bye.